Mabu. Julian Mabu. You good? Happy spirit? Spirit good? Gotta heal the pain inside. Heal the pain inside. As a live life claimant, land and sea, and from the stars where I come from, the blue central sun, all and nothing, we are one, and always one. This is the age of light, the age of oneness, Mother Earth, ancient ancestor, all the ancestors of the land. I've done really well. I've listened, and I'm really happy because I'm free, and I don't have a fear. I don't have a fear of the unknown, what I can't see. I trust it. I trust myself in that space. You trust your Leon, you're feeling that Leon be your guide. Free as with the native earth claims. And it's a new earth. And how we want to be as the new earth with the ancient one. Maniwalpul, Kolara, Wadi Yalman. 4 directions. Maranjari Walangari. Inya Kujara. Come on, Baba. Ba loves singing too. Always singing and dancing with me. Come, Baba. I come from the ancient one. Yeah, I take life from the morning sun. I am spirit, time long gone. Oh, Mother Earth, won't you hear my call? Oh, Mother Earth, won't you hear my call? We are one with the Mother. We are one. One with the Mother. We are one. One with the Mother. One with the Mother. One with the Mother. We are one. I trust in the Mother. I trust in the ancestors of the land, the Holy Spirit of the land. As I come from the ancient one, yeah, I'm the daughter of the rising sun. Here I am spirit, time long gone. Mother Earth, won't you hear my call? Oh, Mother Earth, won't you hear my call? We are one with the Mother, we are one. One with the Mother, we are one. One with the Mother, one with the Mother, Bora. One with the Mother, we are one. One with the Mother, one with the Mother, one with the Mother, we are one. Oh, Mother, we are one. Mother, we are one. We are one. So the prophecy of the blue porpoise, before they were named dolphins, porpoise, it's part of the porpoise dreaming. And porpoise tells the story to Bilngi. Bilngi is our apical ancestor, old ancestor. And Bilngi, she is the story of these end times, the end of an old cycle, 28,000 years cycle of pain, body, separation story, and living in the low parts of Egypt, the low parts of hell, the states of hell, and to behave and in a not so good way, and to practice in a not so good way, and to and to be born into that brokenness, and until one spirit, like myself in my essence, and anyone else out there who feels the same, doesn't want to do it, doesn't want to repeat the cycle, don't want to go through the loop again, and repeat it, and you're saying, well, why is this happening to me? Well, I'm creating that. I'm creating that through my own dynamics of what I'm allowing to be naturalized, and bad behavior and bad practice should not be naturalized, and what I'm allowing to bring in is, with people I relate to, friends, relatives, family, partner, personal partnerships, all that, and whether I'm, not to lower my vibration, and to attract the love that I have for myself. If I have to start with me, by loving me, and loving all those aspects of me, and the dark and the light, and finding peace and compassion with all that stuff. And growing up in the mission, and mom and dad lived in a one-room hut, and they were there for a while, and till the marriage broke up. They were young people, and mom got pregnant before she turned 18 with me, and I thought we always lived with our father and our father's parents, but we didn't. Mom told me later that we lived with with her mom, with Granny, and until she turned 18, and then contract, into the contract paperwork agreement with the Roman Catholic Church, and married father, and then given a little one hut room where the missions was down before my people, my family mob broke in independence. So, and there's a lot of pressure, I guess, and I just said that to my mom, like, if you had the chance just to go with me and be free, would you have done that, And, you know, Dad was young, and why should a man ever have to settle down? And if he wants to be free and happy and yeah, party and discover and adventure in life and that. So, a lot of control. I control. So, know what it's like to be controlled, and when the marriage breaking up, and then us, moving between mum and our father, mostly with our grandparents, our father's parents, who they were safe place. Their house was a safe place. Nothing happened in the house. They didn't drink. And that I got abused. I think I was 9 at the time. So, and I came home late, and, we know the rules. We know the agreement, should I say, not to come home dark. Always come home before the sun goes down, before last light. And I didn't listen, so it's kind of my fault for not listening, but at the same time not also being told, what to be aware and cautioned of, on that level. So, and coming back from my auntie's place, and my auntie getting my uncle to bring me home, and he didn't bring me home, he kept me not far from, just only like maybe 500 meters from my grandparents' place, in this old abandoned building, and tried to interfere with me, and and he's like, it's okay, and he kept on reassuring me, and and I fought him all the way, in that sense. And I went home, and my grandfather just said, how come you come back home late, and I got growled, and I felt kind of shut down, and that I couldn't really tell him what horribly was wrong with me and what just had happened. So I felt really shut down, and that I couldn't talk to him about it, because he was also this nephew from his young brother, and that. And I did bring him to court, and to set an example, not that I expect the courts to bring me justice, but that I bought myself justice with that. And and that was hard enough, having to deal with the the negative response and what it brings out, because the secret's there, and things are not spoken of, and with what comes with that. So it's all relating to why we need people like myself, and whoever you are like me, that I needed someone like me to talk to, and that we tell our kids that bad things happen to us, and even by our own family mob, that we think we can trust, because a lot of people have been broken and hurt, and are not well, and it hasn't been addressed on a greater level. And and being in the missions and hearing stories, of just had some good nuns, and had some really hard disciplined nuns who disciplined our mob in a really, really horrible way. And had Brother William down the road, who had all the bikes and all that stuff, led the kids, and he was prone for little kids and all that stuff. I mean, we knew, the kids knew, or try to stick together once it happens to you, on that level. And there's Brother William. Yeah, there's Brother William, and there was his other father, Father Naughty Naughty. They used to call him Father Naughty Naughty, and he used to, the energy of that dark, old, bad energy, it attracts itself to us, and, he was attracted, and I was really scared of him, that energetically, because kids know, when after they're being violated and abused, they know where, where the perpetration's happening, and which houses they stay clear from, and people that they stay clear from, with these people who are really, really sick, our family mob, and so, and my grandparents, and family, they just thought it was a big joke, and I'd run away, and I'd run into the house, and I have Father Naughty Naughty's here, and who'd give a name Father Naughty Naughty? I mean, it's crazy. So, and also my uncles, like I didn't, even after the court case and losing the court, not not getting anywhere with the court case, and him going back home free, and him coming to my grandfather's house, just about every day, and just and my grandfather doesn't know how to deal with it. What he's gone through is, child in 1930, born in 1933. So, when I was still moving through the emotions of the light and the dark side of me, and I was angry. It brings up a lot of stuff, and even with my grandfather. So I think that was a time when I had to kind of leave and find space for myself. And I look at it now. He's passed away. My mom rang me and said, "You're free now," and cause he's passed away. And I just kind of revisited just in the last 3 weeks, going into the dark place of me. It's the dark and the light of me, and really going there. And this time I wasn't really angry. I was really balanced and neutral with it all. I was very compassionate, and I can see the transgenerational trauma and abuse, sexual abuse, violence, everything in terms of that. That's not just an Aboriginal story. It's the history of it's a history in this country, and it's history in the world. His story, and here's my story, and revisiting it with him and my other uncle. That I didn't do anything. It was just too much for me to deal with. One family mob, and it's past. It's living in the past, And I can really sit in my spirit, in my space, and forgive him and show compassion, because I go to that innocent child in him and what happened to him, and who broke him and took his innocence away, and taught him, who taught that form, on that level. Children and all of us can sexualize these behaviors too, and until we sort it out. And so I just seen it all, and it's just how do you deal with it? You don't, the jail system, the programs that we have are they're just crap. They're out of date, and they don't respond to what we need to be doing to really address the core issue. And it's not going to go away, and it's still going to be a big problem if we don't deal with it and don't do anything about it. And some of us have to be the bigger ones to do that, because we've done the work, and we're not triggered. And that's why I sat in that space with my uncles and felt compassion, and could only see and know through my own knowing and through my own healing. Those little children, those boys, and we had a lot of boys in our family who've been abused and raped, and it's been great for me to share this story, because it's allowed the family to share their story and what's happened to them, and the men and the women, and that's really, really important. And I love the men. I'm not a men hater. I met many boys, and it's really important, when, so just had a situation with, a bit of sexualized child, behavior within the family with the kids. So we've been we talk with the kids and talk with the other family mob of ours. So we don't, because we break up families if we're not strong, right? And I'm trying to work it with my families that we can solve it on the ground and say that it's wrong. And that these types of behaviors are not acceptable, and I've asked the family members to ask what's going on with that child and who might have been interfering with him for him to be displaying those types of touching behaviors and that. So, it's really important to do that. So I really forgive that, and, how do we create really good programs and safe places for people to be given the opportunity to heal and clear all that. Who is there to blame, right? With that, and this is the church as well, yeah, they're responsible, like the stolen generation with the government for separation and dispossession of children. It's the same to child abuse in the church. So, the church and your corporation should be giving back to the people on the ground of what you've taken from. And this is not just an Aboriginal story. This is all your stories right across the board. And that, so it's really important for us to address that. Mabu.